of run and pass, and we're going to come out trying to run the football, get the body on board, run right at them. We think that we can do that given the size of their defensive front. Both their defensive tackles are around 100 or 210 or a little bit less, not like the Giants at Simon Fraser last week. And so we think we can just match up body on body and run at them, and then throw in a little passing and some bootlegs and play action things.
On the Whitworth side of the football, a couple of critical injuries here in the past week. Tony Dowdy, their leading wide receiver with 31 catches, over 400 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns on the year. He's going to be out for the season now. He's had, I guess, recurring concussions, and the doctors have decided best if he sits it out.
That's going to be a critical one for them. Dowdy, as their #1 receiver, Green's favorite target, he will go to Scott Sun, the other receiver. But when you lose a starter like that, like Dowdy is, it's going to be tough on the offense to adjust.
Add to the mix, they've lost their tight end as well. Steve Haug, who had 15 catches and a couple of touchdowns on the season, is out for the season, and really just one of those freak accidents. Dropped some weights on his foot in the training room, I think on Wednesday or Thursday this week, broke his foot, and he's out for the year.
One of those injuries that you don't want to have happen. You lose a guy in the weight room, and just accidental fluke thing, but now you've got your starting tight end out also. So now you have a #1 receiver, starting tight end, and also understand they've lost a starting guard there too this week.
Going to be tough for them to overcome those injuries. For the Lutes on the injury board, we show Gavin Stanley still out with his trick shoulder, kind of a separation, or jerseys with the white numerals. Back deep, we expect to see Andre Wicks back there, along with Brian Williams. And the kick is away. We are underway, and the kick is taken by Williams on the far hash mark at the 11-yard line. He's over the 20, the 30, and out near the 40-yard line. Speedy Brian Williams, the starting tailback. We expect to hear his name. What a formation they come out in. 7 guys to the left of the quarterback, just the center and the quarterback in the set, and they set up a screen pass to Brian Williams, and the Lutes sniff it out. 5-yard loss on the gadget play right from the get-go. I didn't even have time to set that up, but well, J.J. Green completes the pass again to Williams, but he loses 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 15. The ball spotted back at the 34, and now in a much more conventional pro set formation with 2 wide receivers. Williams is the tailback. J.J. Green will hand to Williams, and he's hit in the backfield. He'll lose another yard. First man there, John Ruby, the linebacker.
PLU. Now we come back in a regular formation, and we make the tackle for a loss.
Again, conventional formation. 2 wide receivers set, a slot to the left. Single setback is Williams behind J.J. Green. Passing situation on 3rd and 17 from the 33. Deep drop. Quick out pattern, and the pass up over the top of the head of Andre Wicks, the intended receiver. Incomplete. 3 and out. Give the kick for the Lutes, and also a short man in the punt return formation for PLU. That's Finn Stewin, and the ball is kicked in the direction of Finn Stewin, but really off the side of the foot of the punter, Dennis Ayatoga, who averages just from their own, make it the 43.
Special or trick about what they're doing here with the special teams today.
We expect the offense to be pretty basic as well, but Hoseth will go from the shotgun on the 1st down. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right is Carl Laram, single setback Aaron Tang. 5-man front for Whitworth, and a linebacker creeping in, showing blitz, but not coming. On the 1st down play, they will pass. Middle screen, Finstone across the 50 into Whitworth territory, inside the 40, ridden down hard at the 34-yard line.
Talking with Frosty prior to the game, Eric, he talked about the ability of the quarterbacks to throw this route.
Did a nice job running after the football. Hoseth doing a nice job under some pressure to get that pass away. 2 wide receivers in the formation, 2 backs, Labby and Tang behind Hoseth, who's in over center, Brian Walker. Tight end is Pyland to the left. Long snap count. This time Whitworth comes with 2 linebackers, and they're both coming in a straight dive play to Labby, and he'll pick up maybe a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9. Pirate defense. As Hoseth comes up to the line on a 2nd down and 9. 2 setbacks and double tight end formation. In the slot to the right side is Aaron Tang. And they fake the play action and go up top, looking long for Carl Kyntz, and the ball overthrown 3 or 4 yards too long for Kyntz. And on a 3rd down and 9, passing situation. Single wide receiver to the left is Laram, trips to the right. Aaron Tang, the lone setback, just to the left of the quarterback Hoseth, and Hoseth in familiar fashion in the first quarter. Talked it over during the timeout, and they're already up to the line of scrimmage here, facing the 3rd down and 9 play. Laram will be the lone wide receiver to the right side, trips to the left, the wide side of the field. The ball near the right hash mark. Hoseth in the shotgun. Aaron Tang in as a blocking back, just to the right of the quarterback Hoseth. Long snap count. Now the shotgun snap and back to pass. 3-step drop, has all kinds of time. Looking over the middle, has a man right at the first down sticks. Looked like Cale Pylan may have come back in, may have made that reception following the timeout. Let's see as they unstack. Hoseth really had all kinds of time.
The line did a nice job of just giving him time to pick a receiver.
2 wide receivers come out to the right. It's Kynes and Aaron Tang. The wide receivers, Corey Bray and Riker Labby, are the running backs. They'll hand off to the first back through. That's Labby on the option. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage. May have had forward progress down near the 21, as I see. Kind of interesting. Darrell Squires, just the interim head coach, was a one-time head coach of Whitworth back in 1977 through 1980, and he's got the interim job right now as they lost a couple of coaches right at the beginning of the season. 2 wide receivers to the right, and they'll go with a counter play. It's Corey Bray sidestepping a tackler at the 21, gets inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Not much room there, but Bray doing a nice job to sidestep. The Lutes are faced with the 3rd down and 4 from the Whitworth 17-yard line. Opening drive for the Lutes, no score in the ball game. Whitworth went 3 and out on their drive. They actually lost 7 yards in their first 3 plays. Hoseth from the shotgun now with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side, and they'll go to the tight end. Tang was lined up as the slot to the left. He makes the catch short of the first down at the front of Whitworth back. Mulder, Elliott, Walker, Bernard, and McNiven. The offensive line for the Lutes here on a 4th down and 1. Wishbone formation, double tight ends. Hoseth over the center, Walker. And Hoseth is going to come away from the center and spend his 2nd time out here on this opening, as the timeouts you might need in the second half late in the ball game.
Exactly.
Now they come up to the line of scrimmage again, a double tight end wishbone formation. Hoseth in over center, Walker. 7-man front for the Pirates. And Hoseth is going to keep it, and he's got the first down. Diving forward inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line, and really nobody picked up Hoseth as he came around on the option. Began back at their own 42-yard line. They come out with trips to the right, tight end to the left. Single setback is Aaron Tang, directly behind the quarterback, Hoseth. 4-man front for the Pirates, and the linebackers stunning, and Hoseth will keep, and a good surge by the middle of the offensive line. He's down inside the 5-yard line. When they do that a couple more times, the Lutes are in the end zone.
Well, Whitworth gives you that. They take
the yard line. Credit the guards, Mark Elliott and Curtis Bernard, and the center Brian Walker with that surge offensively. Again, same formation, trips to the right. Single setback is Aaron Tang. Long snap count this time. Tang now with a couple steps to his left. Just 5 seconds on the play clock. Finally, the handoff will go to Tang. A flag down as Tang is into the end zone for the touchdown, but let's wait and see about the marker. May have been some movement on the offensive side of the football. It was dropped by the side judge here right in front of us, Craig.
Yeah, it's hard to say. That time, Whitworth moved their defensive tackles inside. Carl looking like
Tang, the 4-yard touchdown run here at the 8-minute and 44-second mark. The 6th touchdown of the year, and it looks like Mike Safford will come on to try the extra point. We thought that Trevor White would do the kicking today, but it is Safford that will try the PAT out of the hold of Josh Johnston. Trevor White, I believe, will be the long snapper on this. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up, partially blocked, but still good. Safford gets one to sneak over the crossbar, and with 8:44 to play in
plays. That's the kind of offensive consistency that Scott Westring wanted to establish early in the game, and you can't beat doing it on your opening drive.
Mike Leeper will kick it away. Again, we expect Wicks and Williams back deep. Williams had a nice return on the opening kickoff. Let's see if they kick it away from him this time, and they do. It'll come down to Wicks, a short kick taken at his own 21-yard line. He's over the 30 to the 32-yard line. Tackled there by Josh Johnston.
The 21, 22-yard line. That's not what we've seen out of him previously.
J.J. Green, again the signal caller for the Pirates, comes out of the huddle. One wide receiver very wide to the right side. Wide receiver also to the left and a slot left. Single setback is Williams, and he is to the left, the short side of the field of the quarterback, J.J. Green. Green will go back to pass on first down. Out pattern, it's complete. No, out of bounds. The receiver did not get a foot down in bounds at the 41-yard line.
Outs to throw and to run. It's very, very difficult to defend.
Second down and 10 from the Whitworth 32-yard line. Same formation, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Single setback is Williams, and Williams will get it on a counter play. He's met at the line of scrimmage, but slips a tackle there. Now he's over the 35, the 40, run out of bounds into the sticks at the 42-yard line. Williams showing good acceleration coming through, very close to 10 yards. They're looking on the far sideline. The head referee checking the sticks over there right in front of the Whitworth bench. So they won't have to bring them on the field because they've got the ball spotted just over the 4 or 5 man front here and try and stop Whitworth on a third and very short. 4 man front, the linebackers in very close. Ruby, Benedict, and Riddell, of course. And they'll fake the handoff and go in the air, and the pass nearly intercepted by Mark Gibbons. Stepped in front of the intended receiver, Tony Jensen, to knock the ball down. It'll be 4th and short.
You know, prior to that play, I was wondering what kind of...
Back at his own 28-yard line waiting for the snap. It's a good snap and a pretty good kick. Wobbly kick taken at the 25-yard line by Trevor White. He'll try the left side, but a lot of white jerseys there. He'll get 4 yards on the return, as it looked like the Lutes may have come with a little punt pressure. PAT over the crossbar for the 7-0 Lute lead. 8:13 to play here in the first quarter. Again, it's Hoseth calling the signal. Single wide receiver to the near side. That's Kynes. Backs in a pro set. The wing back now, Corey Bray goes in motion through the formation left. Back to pass Hoseth under some pressure. Is going to tuck it under his arm and run. He's over the 30 to the 35, out near the 36-yard line. Nice 7-yard gain on first down. Hoseth comes up to the line of scrimmage on a second down and a long 3. Ball just over the Lute 35-yard line. Lute's going from left to right. In motion from right to left is Aaron Tang. The handoff goes to Corey Bray, and now on the reverse, he gives it to Tang, and Tang's out to the 38-yard line. Nice job by the Whitworth Pirate defense to stay football, so the Lutes with it 1st and 10 from their own 38. Ball is near the right hash mark. 2 wide receivers to the left. Single setback is Corey Bray, tight into the near side. That's Kites. And the handoff will go to Bray. Deep in the backfield, some white jerseys there. He sidesteps another tackler out over the 40, near the 45-yard line. And again, Bray looking very elusive and using his offhand toward Carl Larum will come as the single wide receiver to the right side. 2 wide receivers to the left, and in the slot left, that's Finstuen. Aaron Tang is the lone back in the formation. They'll go with a screen pass to the left, and catching the ball in the backfield is Finstuen, and he slips a couple tacklers. Now he's inside the 30, the 20, the 10. See ya! Touchdown PLU. Pete Finstuen on the reception, a 55-yard touchdown on the screen pass.
And go back to giving some credit to the lineman out front, giving the blocks.
Run after catching the football, and Craig, as you mentioned, some great blocks up front. He had 4 guys right in front of him, opened up a nice hole, and then we saw his speed down the far sideline.
Well, Nick Dawson just poked his head in here in our booth and said that'll be in the record books as a run thrown behind the line of scrimmage.
A lateral pass, and on the extra point, you're listening to Luke. 72 yards in just 4 plays, a 55-yard touchdown run officially by Pete Finstuen, because it was a lateral, a backward pass from the quarterback, Carl Hoseth. So Hoseth won't get those passing yards, but Finstuen will get a rushing touchdown of 55 yards. Big kick is away this time from Leeper. It'll be taken by Williams at his own 8-yard line. He'll try the left side. He turns the corner at the 20, but runs out of real estate, out of bounds at the 21. And the Whitworth 1st and 10 for the Pirates from their own 22-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. 1 wide receiver to the wide side of the field, very wide. That's Abe Ramirez. Receiver to the near side is Wicks. Again, J.J. Green, the quarterback, back split and a pro set behind him. And the handoff will go to the tailback. He'll get across the 23 out near the 24-yard line. Gain of 3 tough yards. Once again, it's Green calling the signals, of course. Wide receiver to the far side this time is Scott Sund, and we expect him to get the bulk of the pass work here this afternoon. Backs in a pro set. Wicks is the wide receiver to the near side. Some movement, but no flags down. The snap, and the quarterback is just in a pile. Didn't even get a two-step drop. I don't think he was expecting the football there, Craig.
It looked like the center maybe snapped it a little bit early.
Successful play there for the Pirates. Loss is back to the original line of scrimmage, the 21-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10, and the Pirates really not doing anything right. 2 wide receivers in the formation. 88 Tony Jensen comes to the near side. Wicks is the wide receiver to the far side, and a slot to the right as well. Williams is the lone setback behind Green. Deep drop, under pressure. Looked like they were setting up a screen, but instead it's a pass complete over the middle. Nice job adjusting to the football by Scott Sund. Sund with a grab out at the 47-yard line.
Looked back. He didn't hear a ball call and wasn't aware that the ball was there.
Ball was underthrown by close to 5 yards, but Sund did the job of adjusting to the football, made the grab at the 47 and was dropped right there. 1st and 10 for the Pirates, their first down of the ball game. The handoff on 1st down goes to Williams, and here come the linebackers for the Lutes. Ruby and Riddell, the first 2 there. Josh Arnold also there from the defensive tackle spot. Lost
run.
We expected this to be the difference in the ball game, is the Lutes' ability to run against Whitworth, but Whitworth going to have trouble running against PLU. 2nd down and 12 from their own 46-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left of the quarterback, Green. And he will drop back to pass on 2nd and long. They set up a screen pass, and wide open with the reception back at his own 42. He's across midfield into PLU territory, knocked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 5 yards to go. Williams is the lone setback this time. Wide receivers to either side of the quarterback, Green. And a slot to the left, the wide side. And they'll go to the slot receiver. He makes a diving catch at the Lute 42-yard line, very near a 1st down. Nice grab there by Scott on it from way up here in the booth.
You were right on that line.
1st down and 10 for the Pirates, their 2nd 1st down of this drive. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining here in the 1st quarter, 14-0 PLU. 2 wide receivers set. They'll go with a pitch sweep to Williams. He'll try and turn the corner on the right side. He gets inside the 40. He's actually wrapped up from behind by John Ruby. Good pursuit by the Lute linebacker. Clock running with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the 1st quarter. 2nd down and 6. 2 receivers to the right. That's the short side of the field. 1 wide receiver to the left. Single setback again is Williams behind Green. 4-man front. The Lutes showing blitz. They'll bring a couple. Quick pass to the tight end is complete inside the 35 to the 34-yard line, but he's dropped right there by All-American.
To come out with the penetrating linebackers of PLU to try and hit that tight end on a little fake dive and then pull the ball out and hit the tight end.
Gain of 3 yards. It'll be 3rd down and a long 2 from the Lute 33-yard line. They'll hand off to Williams. He's hit in the backfield. Ted Riddell, the first man there, drops him back at the 35-yard line. 2-yard loss. And the Lute's doing a nice job of stunning up front and finding a crease for the lead here in the 1st quarter. He's going to go for it. Clock running with 1:15 to play here in our 1st period. Williams the lone setback. 2 wide receivers in the formation to the left, 1 to the right. Again, a long snap count. Some movement on the defensive side of the football. No flags, and the pass knocked away. Incomplete. Trevor White able to deflect the pass intended for Scott Sund. And the Lutes will take over on downs. The defense is held twice, and they've put it in the end zone twice. 130 yards of total offense for the Lutes in their opening 2 drives. Just under a minute to play here in the 1st quarter. And a handoff will go to Aaron Tang. The tailback up the middle on the draw is inside the 30, the 20, the 10. See ya! Touchdown PLU. 64 yards on a quick hitter for Aaron Tang. His 2nd touchdown of the ball game, and the Lutes are out in front 20-0.
Now his acceleration just speed past the Whitworth defenders.
I hadn't even turned the page on my cheat sheet to get a look at the Lute offense, and Tang was into the secondary and rambling down the far sideline for the touchdown. Safford to try the extra point out of the hold of Johnston. Good snap, good spot. Here in the 1st quarter at Sparks Stadium, the Lutes out in front 21-0 with 49 seconds remaining in the 1st quarter, and perhaps the most impressive drive of the ball game for the Lutes. 1 play, 64 yards. It took all of 10 seconds for Aaron Tang to scoot down the field on the long touchdown run. Mike Leeper's kick is away. and it'll come down to Williams at his own 4-yard line. They'll try the middle return this time. And out over the 20 to the 22-yard line. Good coverage by the Lutes. First man there looked like Kirk Hamilton. We don't get to call his name much. The backup. J.J. Green will come out with trips to the right this time. Make that trips to the left as they come over to the near side. Single setback in the formation. We expect the Pirates to put the ball in the air. They haven't had much luck on the ground. The handoff goes to the tailback, and he's out over the 25 to the 26-yard line. 4-yard gain on the 6. Looks like they're giving Williams a breather in that backfield. Again, it's Fedek at the lone setback in the formation. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. 7-man front for the Lutes, and now the couple linebackers drop back, and the pitch sweep will go to Fedek. He'll try and turn the corner at the 25, knocked out of bounds on the far side by Hamill. May have picked up a yard. Not much room there on the sweep.
You know, I don't anticipate them to really change.
Back to his 20-yard line, 4th down and 13, and the punt unit on, and quickly the punt is away. The Lutes had a player late getting on for the punt team, and the punt bounces at the 45-yard line. It bounces PLU's way to the 43. It'll be down there by Jeff Baxter, the linebacker. 1st down and 10 from the Pirate 42-yard line. Hoseth will be the quarterback. He called all the signals in the first quarter from the shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left is Laram. Single setback is Aaron Tang. Hoseth dropping back to pass, straddling the midfield stripe. Now we'll tuck it in and run again. He pumps, fakes the pass over the line of scrimmage inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. He'll pick up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 5, and that's a new look for Hoseth to run the football.
Do that in years past. And here we see Carl Hoseth picking it up here in week 8.
2nd down and 5. Trips to the right. Single wide receiver left is Laram, drawing double coverage. Lone setback just a couple yards behind the quarterback Hoseth is Aaron Tang. And the handoff will go to Tang. Quick hitter up the middle. No, he tries to bounce it outside, and he's tripped up and taken down hard by Jeff Baxter. A flag down. But
yeah, no matter what we did, we had success offensively, and defensively we were able to shut down Whitworth time and time again.
Nearly 200 yards of offense for the Lutes in the first quarter. They're facing a 2nd down and 15 here from the Pirates' 47-yard line. Trips to the right, and Hoseth will roll that way from the shotgun. Near the midfield stripe, he throws, and the pass a little bit behind the intended receiver. I think Kint's out there at the 31-yard line. Now correct me as he himself before throwing the football on the rollout. Passing situation here, 3rd down and 15. Trips to the right, single wide receiver left is Laram. Again, looks like he's got double coverage to the near side. Finstuen comes in motion this way. And with the shotgun formation, they'll go to the safety valve. That's Aaron Tang at the midfield stripe. And now with a juke move, he does get inside the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line. But really, Tang did it all on his own on that one.
He did. Tang's got great
touchdowns in the first quarter in 3 possessions. But with 12:56 to go in the second quarter, it appears the Lutes will have their first punt of the ball game. Kenny Frisch, who's done a nice job getting the ball inside the 10-yard line and out of bounds, will just stand there and watch the play clock, the 25-second clock, wind down to 0. Give him a little bit more room to do the punting.
Exactly. When you get in this close and you want to try and pin someone down, that's exactly what he needs.
The Pirates on the 10-yard line. 1 man back deep. That's Wicks for the Pirates, standing at his own 10-yard line. Of course, the ball's over his head. He'll let it go. Good snap. And the kick is away under some pressure. It bounces at the 15-yard line, now to the 5-yard line, and Kintz is there to down it at the 1. Carl Kintz gets down the field and, like a goalkeeper, just blocks the ball at the goal line, sets it down at the 1-yard line, and the Pirates will have to start from the shadow of their own goalpost.
You know, the way that ball took its first bounce, you weren't
that on the fly. He's got to let it bounce. It bounces at the 15, second bounce to the 5, and then Kintz is there to down it at the 1. 99 yards away from getting on the board. 1st down and 10 for the Pirates. Again from very near the 1 yard line. Long time over center, just 2 seconds on the play clock. Let's see if they get the snap off. They just do. And they'll pass, and the pass is complete out to the 5 yard line. Just a quick out pattern. Catch made by Scott Sund, his third
bit to picking that one off.
Crowd kind of quiet right now as the Pirates will go on a 2nd down and 7. 2 wide receivers and a slot to the left. Back to pass again from his own end zone. The pass is complete to the 15 yard line, and then running out of bounds at the 17 was Andre Wicks.
But then his timing is just way off.
Wicks stepping out of bounds at the 16 yard line, picks up the 1st down, and that'll give J.J. Green and the Pirate offense some breathing room here. 12:07 to play here in the 2nd quarter. 21-0 PLU the score. They'll try the ground attack again, and Fettig takes a handoff in his own backfield, eludes a couple tacklers, and then he is met by 47. That's John Roberts taking him head on. Fettig doing a nice job to get away from a couple of tacklers inside of the football. Ran into some trouble on that play. 2nd down and 16, and really the Pirates have had no success running the football. Single setback, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and there's the 25-second clock expiring on the Pirates with the umpire, Charlie Phipps, to make. Now they're right back 5 yards away from their own goal line.
And limited on what you can select offensively to run.
2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Single setback is Fettig behind J.J. Green. 4-man front for the Lutes, and the linebackers drop back into pass coverage. The pass over the middle is complete to the 12-yard line, and 4 Lute tacklers right there to put the hammer on the receiver. Scott Sund again on the receiving end of the J.J. Green pass. 10 yards to go.
If you recall the Central Washington game a couple weeks ago, Central had great success with their tight end over the middle, and here we saw Whitworth with their inside slot receiver coming over the middle, picking up about 4 yards.
Backs in a pro set, 2 wide receivers to the left of Green this time. Tight end to the right. Back to pass. He looks to the right. Now will roll to the left. Albert Jackson in some pressure from behind. The pass is complete out to the 26-yard line, very near a 1st down. Abe Ramirez made the grab, just 5'11", 175-pound junior from Othello.
And Mark Givens on the coverage, not able to knock the arms away.
Jackson with 5.5 sacks on the year, second only to John Roberts, 6 sacks. Almost had one there, but nice job by Green to get away from the pressure and complete the pass. 1st and 10 play, they'll go to the ground, and Fettig gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is all. I thought I saw some movement before the snap of the football, but I don't see for the Lutes. Ryan Mangan, Josh Arnold, Matt Mihelic, and Albert Jackson, the front 4 for the Lutes. Of course, Ruby, Benedict, and Riddell, the strong linebacking core for PLU. 2nd and 10, back to pass on play action. Over the middle, the pass complete to the tight end. He's out to the 44, 45-yard line. Took a lick in the back from Trevor White, but doing a nice job hanging on. The junior from Wasilla, Alaska, makes the catch for 1st down yardage. The Pirates moving the football through the air here a little bit. 1st and 10 from their own 44. Again to pass. Complete over the middle, now incomplete. The intended receiver, Greg Johnson, did not have possession of the football as he reached over his helmet to make the grab. A backup quarterback converted to tight end due to the injuries. Trips wide receivers to the left now on 2nd down and 10. Single setback is Fettig. We haven't seen Brian Williams in the backfield since the 1st quarter. Blitz coming for the Lutes. The pass is dangerous and complete, though, to the tight end, and turning it up the field inside the 35 down to the 31-yard line of PLU. Green was shaken up in the back. Stop. Jensen rambling down the field.
We talked about Green being under pressure in the 1st quarter, and there we saw him shaking a little bit here partway through the 2nd quarter.
1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Play action pass going up top, looking for the whole ball of wax. The pass goes incomplete. John Hamill on the coverage. First time we've seen wide receiver David Glenn in the full on the ground. 2nd down and 10 from the Lute 29-yard line. Second time the Pirates have been in Lute territory. They stalled last time. 7:54 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Handoff will go to Fettig, and the running play again going nowhere. Loss of 2, maybe 3, back to the 32-yard line. The linebackers coming. Riddell and Ruby again in there for the Lutz. 33-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the left. Back split wide behind the quarterback. It's Williams back in there with Fedek behind Green. Green with a deep drop under some pressure by Jackson again, and the pass over the middle, incomplete. John Hamill broke it up. Looked like Hamill had the best chance to come up with that football on the interception. Hurry those passes a little bit. They'll go from punt formation now. On 4th and 13, watch for a fake here from the Lutz 33-yard line. And they will go with a short snap to the quarterback, the up man, and Hamill wisely just knocks the pass down. The quarterback, J.J. Green, was lined up as the blocking back. He took the snap and was looking long over the middle. I didn't see a white jersey near very well. 7:05 to play here in the first half. Carl Hosat, as he has all game long, will call the signals for PLU. 1 wide receiver to the wide side of the field. That's the right side, and Aaron Tang goes in motion right as well. And Tang will catch the lateral pass in the backfield back at his own 25 and not get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to be stopped at the 30. That's a slow developing play, similar to the play that's coming in a busy first quarter for the Lutz. Trips to the left, no wide receivers to the right. Single setback is Riker Labby, and Labby will get the handoff on the draw play. He's over the 35 to the 40-yard line. Labby taking some tacklers with him out for an 8-yard gain.
A little dive play up front inside. Again, the offense.
He'll be the tight end to the near side. They'll go with a short yardage offense. Double tight ends, wishbone formation. Hoseth over the center, Walker. Fakes the handoff to Labby and will keep on the option across the 45 to the 47-yard line. First down and more. Hoseth showing some strength as a ball carrier here in this ball game. Calls his own. Lutz going from left to right on your radio dial. 2 wide receivers in the set to the left side. 1 wide receiver to the right. Shotgun formation for Hoseth. 1 back to either side of him, and they'll go with just a quick middle screen, and that's Carl Larum. So dangerous when he gets the football, breaks a couple tackles, and he gets into Whitworth territory, but finally a white jersey there to finish him off. Larum again.
Room for Larum in there. That time it was thrown very quickly, and the play didn't really develop as we'd like to see it. 2nd
down and 6. Trips to the left, single wide receiver to the right is Larum. Lone setback is Aaron Tang. They'll play action fake to Tang. Rolling to his left is Hoseth, and now he'll duck it in and keep again. And he's close to first down yardage, chased out of bounds on the near sideline at the 42-yard line.
Whitworth is doing a nice
football and picks up just enough, 7 yards for the first down. 1st and 10 Lutz at the Whitworth 41-yard line. Trips to the right, single setback again, Riker Labby. Tight end is Pylan to the near side. The handoff goes to Labby. Big hole up the middle. He's inside the 30 down to the 28-yard line. Nice job again by the offensive line of the Lutz. Mark Elliott, Kurt Mulder, Brian Walker that time.
Line.
Again, a first down for the Lutz at the Pirate 28-yard line. 21-0 our score. 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the first half. The clock running. Under 5 seconds on the play clock, and Hoseth is going to ask for a timeout.
But they have not changed their offensive philosophy or their game plan to this point in time.
1st down and 10 from the 28-yard line. A couple of wide receivers to the left. 1 to the right is Larum from the shotgun. No, over center is Hoseth. That's Tang back there that looked like a shotgun receiver, and he'll take the screen pass instead from Hoseth. And on the left side, he's chased out of bounds, knocked out of bounds actually at the 21-yard line.
Might be.
Well, we expected the Lutz to be able to run the football today. They've carried it 15 times for 185 yards rushing here in this first half. Trips to the right, single setback. That's Labby, and Labby will get the handoff, and the ground game working again as Labby is inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Good second effort by Labby as he was met at the 15, got the last 6 on his own, but with the lone setback in that formation, 5 carries for 36 yards unofficially for Labby. Trips to the right. Single setback is Josh Requay in there at the running back spot for the first time, giving Labby a breather. Hoseth in over center. 3 minutes to play in the half. Pitch sweep. It's Requay inside the 5-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there. Requay on the line, a 3-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and goal to go from the 6. The clock, of course, becoming a factor. 2:56 to play here in the first half. And keep in mind the Lutz are out of timeouts. But plenty of time here to run 3 more plays and try and punch it into the end zone. looking to add to their 21-0 lead. Again, trips to the right. They'll hand off to the lone setback. Inside the 5-yard line, down to the 4 goes the tailback for the Lutes. That was Labby back in there. Short gain. It'll be 3rd down and goal to go from the 4. Of course, the Lutes will take on UPS in the season finale, the regular season finale for Mount Rainier League action. Lutes come out of the huddle. 3rd down and goal from the 4. 2 wide receivers in the set. Hoseth is going to pass, looking for the tight end, Pyland, and the pass over his head, incomplete. Defensively, Jeff Baxter, the big linebacker, at 6'1", 195 from the 4-yard line. The fans coming to life here at Spark Stadium as Frosty Westering will go for it here. Scott Westering, of course, the offensive coordinator. Trips to the left. In motion, trips to the right. In motion right goes Labby, and rolling to the right is Hoseth. Stopping at the 8, he pumps, now at the 5. He'll unleash the pass, it's complete. Touchdown, PLU.
Josh Requay.
Josh Requay gets the touchdown. His first on the year, receives the pass just before going out of bounds, about 2 yards deep in the end zone on the far side. 27-0 out of the hold of Hoseth, I believe. Now it's Josh Johnston on the hold. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up. It looks good. 28-0 over. Again, welcome back to Spark Stadium in Puyallup.
That they call is working. Whitworth has done a nice job in stopping certain pass plays with their coverages, but PLU being able to run virtually anything they want to offensively.
Mike Leeper to kick the ball away. Teed up at his own 35-yard line. And he hits an end-over-end kick. He'll come down to the 15-yard line. That's Wicks with the ball straight up the field on the left side over the 25. Stutter steps at the 27, and then a wave of black jerseys rides him down. 17 yards on the return. 1st and 10 for the Pirates from their own 27-yard line.
And so I would guess that we're going to see him throw the football, maybe a few trick plays or something, just to try and get some points on the board.
3 wide receivers in the formation. J.J. Green over center. Brian Williams the lone back. And they'll throw a quick out to the tight end. And not much room there. That's Scott Sund on the reception. Catch number 5 of the ball game, but this one good here in the first half. Lutz with their pass defense out there. A 4-man front. The safety's dropping back a good 10-15 yards from the line of scrimmage. Jackson with some pressure, and the pass complete on the far sideline. Tackle made by Rob McElraith. Reception week, and of course next week in a big game against Western Washington. Hope you'll come out and catch the Lutz in action against Western next week. That should be a doozy. Pitch sweep to the near side. Williams, I think Williams was looking downfield to pass. He breaks away from would-be tackler in Ben Hunt, and then is ridden down hard. John Robertson on the stop, also
Downfield, and there were no linemen downfield across the line of scrimmage.
So on to punt again for the Pirates is Dennis Ayatoga, and his kick is taken by Trevor White, picked up at the 29-yard line. He gets away from 2 tacklers there and works his way out to the 41-yard line. Trevor Houdini White escapes the tackles back at the 29-yard line. I thought he was going to get buried right there, but he turned. Let's see what Frosty and Scott Westering elect to do here on a 1st and 10 from their own 41-yard line. They've got trips to the left, single wide receiver to the right. Hoseth with a long snap count. Will drop back to pass, and they'll try a screen pass. May have been a backwards pass. No, it's ruled incomplete by the referee on the near sideline. Pete Finstuen had it 8-0 lead. They scored 21 points in the first quarter with 194 yards of offense in that first 15 minutes. Explosive Lut attack that we have not seen this year. Hoseth will hand off to Josh Requay on a trap play. He's over the 45 out near the midfield stripe, but the Lutz keeping it on the ground here in the final seconds of the first half. The clock will continue to run. We're down to 15 seconds, and again the Lutz with no line down. That's the end of the first half. The crowd likes it. They're on there, and we will be underway with second half action. 28-0 PLU, and the kick is away, and Requay on the fly will take it at the 15-yard line, just a couple yards away from the sideline, out over the 25 to the 28-yard line. And a pretty deep Bray. Lone setback I believe that is Riker Labby, and Labby will get the handoff on the first down play over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Gain of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd down and 6, and that
mix that run and pass up has been extremely successful for the Lutz.
Can't give enough credit to that young offensive line as Hoseth comes up 2nd down and 6 from the 35-yard line. Setbacks are Bray and Labby, and the pitch goes to Bray. Trying to try around the right side, gets across the 40 to the 43-yard line, and that's good for leading it 28-0. You're listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY. Lakewood, Tacoma, Eric Radovich and Craig Fooey bringing you the action. 2 wide receivers in the set. Ball on the right hash mark, and the handoff goes to the tailback Labby, and he's met at the 46-yard line. Couple tough yards that time for Labby, and it looks like the linebackers for the Pirates starting to cheat in a little bit toward the middle and looking for that. And Shea Smith, the leading tacklers on that Whitworth Pirates defense. 2nd down and 8 for the Lutz from their own 46-yard line. Opening drive of the second half. 2 tight end set, and in the slot is Corey Bray to the near side. Play action fake by Hoseth deep in the pocket, is going to be flushed out now and knocked down after a 2-yard gain. Hoseth did a nice job to even get back to the line of scrimmage. The pocket collapsed on him back at his own 40-yard line.
Fight back to the line of scrimmage or gain some positive yards.
Lutz will try and keep the drive alive here on a 3rd down and 6. They've got trips to the right, single wide receiver to the left is Laram, and he's drawing single coverage for the first time in the ball game. Aaron Tang is the lone setback. Back to pass. Hoseth under some pressure, steps up in the pocket now and releases the ball as he is hit, and it goes incomplete. 34.
Because of that young offensive line than they have against other teams in the conference. We may see a lot more of that this half.
On 4th down and 6, the punting unit and Kenny Frisch on the field. Standing back at his own 35-yard line, gets a good snap and gets a good kick away. High kick bounces at the 25-yard line, now down to the 20, and will roll dead at the 15-yard line. 37. Scott Sund has been his favorite target on the receiving end of things. 5'9", 182-pound sophomore from Olympia is the wide receiver wide to the left side. Lutz are going to bring the linebackers. Screen pass over the middle, intercepted by John Ruby. May have touched a knee down at the 17-yard line. He did, with the ball thrown right to him. And again, you got to credit the pressure of the Lutz on the quarterback Green. Albert Jackson was right in his face, and Ruby just made a basket catch all by himself at the 18-yard line, but put her 17-yard line. The Lutz, again with a comfortable 28-0 lead, could really put some distance between themselves and the Pirates with a score here early in the 3rd quarter. 2 wide receivers to the right of Hoseth, tight end left, and the handoff goes to the fullback, Riker Labby. He's inside the 15, down close to the 10-yard line. Really not much room there, and that time Labby dragging a tackler with him. Takes 2. Just 3 years ago at Toppenish High School, was one of the leading rushers in the nation, if I'm not mistaken. Out with an injury last year. 2nd down and 6 from the 11-yard line. Play action fake by Hoseth, goes over the middle, and the pass incomplete. Intended for Corey Bray. And we'll see what Carl Hoseth and the Lute offense elects to do here. 2 wide receivers will go wide to the right. That's Anderson and Finstuen wide to the right. Wide to the left, with nobody on him right now, is Carl Laram. 3rd down and a long 5, call it 6 yards to go for the Lutes from the Pirates' 11-yard line. And now they'll wind the clock up. Hoseth will go from the shotgun. Trips to the right, single wide receiver left is Laram. No setbacks in there with Hoseth. 5-man front for the Pirates. Snap hits Hoseth in the hands, but he drops it, and he'll be dropped himself for a 5-yard loss. Brandon Bailey, defensive lineman, 5'11", 190-pound junior year. 1 for 2 kicking field goals this season. This will be a 35-yard attempt, and it looks like it'll be Mike Leeper to give it a try out of the hold of Josh Johnston. It is Leeper. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up. It looks to be pulled, and it is hooked just wide to the left. 1st and 10 from.
I think right there you see PLU needing to get some points out of that turnover and unable to do so. We need to build that confidence going into that game next week.
J.J. Green over center. Single setback in the formation is Williams, and he'll go with a quick pass over the middle intended for the backup quarterback. And
Green now feeling the heat of the PLU defensive front.
Yeah, the linebackers can gamble a little bit now, and if they see a gap, they can shoot through. Team leading 28-0, and I see Ruby and Riddell bouncing in different spots on the defensive side. Obvious passing situation here, 2nd and 10. J.J. Green does drop the pass, and the pass is complete on the near side. That Sun still in bounds at the 30-yard line as he slipped a tackle of John Ruby. He gets out close to the 37, maybe 38-yard.
Back in the pocket for any length of time at all.
Sun picking up where he left off last week. He scored a couple of touchdowns in Ellensburg in that victory over Central Washington. He's got 6 grabs today unofficially. Handoff this time will go to the tailback as the Pirates trying to keep the Lute defense honest by going to the ground game, and it goes nowhere again. John Olson, the 5'8", 205-pound junior from Newman, the holes quickly and standing up their blockers and allowing the linebackers to come in and make tackles. Backs in a pro set, 2 wide receivers in the formation. Green with a long snap count. Arnold moved into the neutral zone, but gets back in his set. Back to pass is Green. Looking on the near flat. The pass looked like it came in on a hop. Still no signal. It is complete. Right in front of
his face and still completing the pass.
3rd down and 1. One wide receiver very wide to the left side. That's David Glenn. One wide receiver to the near side, 3 yards off the line of scrimmage, and they'll hand off on a 3rd down and 1. On the carry, that's John Olson, and I believe he has the 1st down as he tries the left side. He's very close. We saw them fake one earlier in the ballgame unsuccessfully as Green tried to throw a pass after taking a short snap. He's in that same spot again. Again, the punter is Dennis Ayatoga. The snap comes all the way back to Ayatoga, and he hits one off the side of his foot, shanked it a little bit. It'll bounce at the 29-yard line and check up like a golf shot. It'll be down by Jason Bear, linebacker. And for the first time, we'll get a look at the freshman quarterback in this ballgame, Dak Jordan, checking in. Redshirt freshman has 2 wide receivers in the set. Backs in a pro set behind him. Looks like Requay and Joe Turgeon in the ballgame. The handoff will go to Requay. First back through over the 30 to the 34-yard line. Again, right up the middle. As Frost
some nice things and made a few mistakes on the field, and so they would like to get him as much game action and situations as he can get into.
I think it's Hoseth's job at quarterback, but Dak Jordan has turned into the relief pitcher, if you will, for this ball club. If the team is struggling offensively, Dak Jordan comes in to give him a hand. And in this situation, he's just coming in as a second unit quarterback. And the handoff goes to Corey Bray, I believe. Well, we'll wait till they unstack here on the near side. He's got 1st down yardage over the 40 to the 4-down game in the next week's affair with Western Washington, because the last thing they'll want is to get into a shootout with Western. They are very potent offensively, and we look forward to that game again next week right here at Spark Stadium. Trips to the right this time, but the handoff will go to Turgeon, the fullback, and the defense right there to greet him. Leading the charge, Josh Van Horn, a lineman. They'll come out with 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Again, it's Laram, the wide receiver to the left, isolated. Josh Requay, the lone setback. Finsteuen's in the slot to the left. A lot of time for Dak Jordan. He's looking long over the middle, and the pass will be knocked away, intended for Carl Laram, but right there, Travis Torco, 5'8", 160-pound freshman. All of the scoring coming in the first half. As a matter of fact, the first 21 points came in the first quarter. We haven't seen too much action since then. Play clock down to 2 seconds. Dak Jordan does get the snap away with trips to the right. Goes into the flat, intended for Laram. Laram may have it, a simultaneous catch. The defender coming over his back had the ball as well. But of course, the offense will get credit for possession, and Laram's knocked out of bounds at the Whitworth ball here and try and pick up the foot and a half that the Lutes need for the 1st down. They'll come out with a 3-back set. Double tight ends. Dak Jordan over center. Wishbone formation. But again, watch for the 6'2", 195-pound freshman quarterback to try and just bull his way forward right behind his center, Brian Walker. Instead, he will hand off, and Finsteuen gets the carry, and he may not have gotten the 1st down. He's driven back into PLU territory. A flag down on the play as well. We'll see if perhaps the Pirates lined up in the neutral zone, or if somebody moved on the Lute side of the football.
I don't think we got a favorite.
Dates all the way back to 1931. The teams have met 48 times, 36-12. The Lutes favor in the series, and 25 wins in a row by PLU as I check the notes here. looking for number 26 today, leading 28-0 with 5:05 to play here in the third quarter. Handoff to Finstuen on the sweep. He'll try the left side. Does a nice job to stay in bounds after breaking a couple of tackles in the backfield. Knocked out finally at the 41 after a 21. You may see him get the opportunity to air it out a little bit. Two wide receivers wide to the right. One setback in the formation, and that's Joe Turgeon. Anderson, the tight end, to the near side. Dak Jordan drops the snap, but picks it up. Now will roll to his right over the 40-yard line. Looking downfield, wide open. Peter Finstuen. He's inside the 10, the 5. See ya! Touchdown, PLU.
You know, those kinds of things where you fumble the snap a little bit and the tempo is offset behind the line of scrimmage. The defensive backs oftentimes will come off the receivers, and Finstuen wisely just stepping in behind the defensive backs. Dak Jordan picking the ball up and able to throw it over everyone's head.
Well, it looked like a broken play. A drop snap. He's 5 yards behind the closest defender. Caught the pass and went the last 20 yards on his own for the score. And the Lutes are out in front 34-0 with 4:33 to play in the third. And the extra point try by Mike Leeper this time is up. It looks good. And 80 KLAY dropping a snap and finds Finstuen open. Nice game for Finstuen here this afternoon. Couple of touchdowns.
He has had a great game so far.
Mike Leeper adding the extra point for the Lutes after Mike Safford had knocked the first 4 extra points through for the Lutes. So maybe Safford getting a breather with that hamstring problem. And the kick is away. Again, it's Leeper on the kick, and he kicks it to Williams. Williams tries the left side, now comes back right, turns the corner at the 25, out over the 30-yard line, and knocked out of bounds there. Good hustle on the coverage by marking the score in favor of the Lutes. The most points they've scored all season long in a ball game, 35. Two wide receiver set, backs in a pro set. Back to pass is Green. Looking over the middle, the pass complete out to the 39-yard line, and working his way between tacklers to the 42 is in the ball game now. Quickly becoming the new favorite target for J.J. Green. Same formation, pro set, two wide receivers. Green again, 5-step drop to pass. Looking long on a post pattern, and it's up over the top of the head of the intended receiver, Tony Jensen, incomplete. Good cover. Of course, the most points the Lutes had scored prior to this year, I believe, of 29 against Southern Oregon 4 weeks ago. And second down and 10 from the 42. Two wide receivers left, one right. Again, back to pass. It's complete over the middle. That's Scott Sund into Lute territory down to the 45-yard line. Well, Scott Sund proving to be a very able wide receiver. Just 5.
Rydell on the sidelines, with people going in large numbers from the Lute sidelines.
Josh Wyrick checking in to replace Riddell as the linebacker on the left side of the defense. Again, pro set formation, 1st and 10 from the Lute 46-yard line. 4-man front for PLU. Back to pass, 3-step drop, little slant in pattern intended for Andre Wicks. Too far out in front. He made a nice diving effort for it, but got a 55-yard touchdown pass from Dak Jordan to Pete Finstuen. At the 4:33 mark here, the third quarter is added to the Lutes lead. Again, two wide receivers in the set. Backs in a pro formation, and the pass complete over the middle. Dangerous pass. Scott Sund with a nice catch and able to hang on to the ball at the Lute 29-yard line. 59 yards, not bad numbers, but they haven't been able to get the ball into the end zone. Really, they haven't even been inside the Lute 20-yard line. Pretty good shape here, though. 1st and 10 from the PLU 29. 3 wide receivers set. One running back is Fedek in the formation to the left. And the pass again to Scott Sund is completed at the 23. He's ridden down hard back at the 25-yard line. They'll give him forward progress to the 24. 6-yard gain from the Lute 26-yard line. Their best opportunity to get on the scoreboard in this ball game. J.J. Green waiting for the ready for play signal. And now gets it. The band quiets down. And a play action fake, back to pass under heavy pressure, and the linebacking core will get to him, dropping him all the way back at the 40-yard line. Trying to pick up the jersey numbers of the defense. Owen Von Flew was back there. I believe I also saw a loss of 16 yards back to the 40-yard line. It'll be third down and close to 20 yards to go. The pass over the middle, intercepted. On the return for the Lutes, that's Owen Von Flew down the near sideline, knocked out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Von Flew read it well. Picked it off and was off to the races, but knocked out of bounds at the 22-yard line.
Get it done.
North and south, right up the field, trying to get it to the end zone. Nice play by Von Flew, reading the pass from Green. Green throwing his second interception in the ball game, both of them coming here in this second half. First and 10 Lutes from the Pirate 22. Dak Jordan calls the signals. Handoff will go to Joe Turgeon. The fullback will get to the 20-yard line. Gain of 2. And we're going to see efficiently shut down the run and have given up a little bit of yardage on the passing, but have not allowed a score. Pitch sweep to the right side. It's Requay inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line. 5-yard gain for Josh Requay as he tries the right side. Third down and 3. Ball at the 15-yard line. Dak Jordan calls the signals. Has a no wide receivers, double tight ends, a wing to the left. 2 back split wide back near the 20-yard line. And it'll be a pitch sweep. That's Finstuen inside the 15, down close to the 11-yard line. Should be enough for the first down. He picks up 4. He needs KLAY. The Lutes with a comfortable 35-0 lead as we enter the fourth quarter. Only one score in that third quarter. A 55-yard touchdown pass from Dak Jordan to Pete Finstuen. Back at the 4:33 mark of the third. The Lutes looking to add to their lead with a first down and 10 from just outside the 10-yard line. It's a pitch to Finstuen. He slips a tackle at the 7 and slithers his way down to the 3-yard line. 7 yards picked up by Finstuen in this ball game, his first 2 on the season. You know, he'd like to get in there a third time. It's second down and 3 yards to go for the first down, 3.5 yards to go for the touchdown, and Finstuen comes in motion. See some penalty markers down here.
Second down, 8 yards to go for
Dak Jordan comes up to the line of scrimmage, double tight ends, 1 wide receiver though to the left side. Again, that's Finstuen, and now he comes in motion to the right. And the handoff will go to Josh Requay. Bounces once at the 5-yard line and then dives forward into the end zone. Touchdown, PLU. Josh Requay jukes at the 5 and then just dives forward. Looked like a pinball as he got into the secondary. Just bounced left, bounced right off a tackler and dove into the end zone for the 6. It's Trevor White on to try the extra point out of Josh Johnston's hold. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. White added the extra point for the Lutes after Leeper got a chance to add one on the previous touchdown. And we'll see who's going to get the kickoff chore here. It will be Mike Leeper with the ball teed up at the 35-yard line. And he booms one. His best kick of the day. Drives the return team back to the 5-yard line. Both guys hanging on to the football. Now it'll be David Glenn to return the football upfield, and he does get out to the 20-yard line. David Glenn and Andre Wicks both had their hands on the football. And the return straight ahead of 17 yards will set up Whitworth first and 10. The nose of the football just over their own. Green still calling the signals. 2 wide receiver set, back split. 6-man front for the Lutes, and now a couple linebackers drop back. Pass over the middle is completed. It's actually out in the right flat. Good for 8 yards out to the 28-yard line.
McElraith on the coverage.
Up there for the Lutes defensively. We'll try and get as many of them mentioned as we can. 1 wide receiver very wide to the left side, 2 to the right, single setback. Pass intended on the far sideline up over the top of the head of Abe Ramirez, the intended receiver. Incomplete. It'll be UPS having a decent season with a few wins this year. We look forward to that game, the last game of the season for the Lutes, and in just a moment we'll pass on some ticket information about that game at Baker Stadium. Back to pass is J.J. Green on 3rd down and 3. Looked like he was going to run, now dumps the pass away, and it's complete with room down the far sideline. That's Williams, and he is going to get inside the 10. Touchdown, Whitworth Pirates. Brian Brian Williams caught a little flare pass, almost a shovel pass at just 10 yards. Then Williams rambles that spot. Good snap. The kick is up. It looks good. Whitworth gets the donut off the scoreboard. Our score now
60.
Brian Williams, and Williams scampering down the near sideline for the 6. And now kicking the ball away is Jensen. It'll be taken by an up back. That's actually Requay, who comes all the way up to the 22-yard line to make the catch, and now over the 30 to the 32, spilled at the 35-yard line. 15 yards on the return. I see the kicking tee all the way down to the 32-yard.
Like Requay, it's almost a hurdle going over that kicking tee.
Yeah, let's lay off the short guys a little bit here. 12:49 to go in the fourth quarter. Lutz by 35. 42-7 our score. Dak Jordan calls the signals, and a handoff on a quick hitter straight up the middle, out near the midfield stripe and more into Whitworth territory at the 49-yard line on his first carry of the ball game. That's Scooter Watt. Bench here. Watts on the carry for good yardage. Nose of the football just into Pirates territory. Again, 2 tight ends in the formation, 2 backs, and Josh Requay, the lone wide receiver. And again, Watts on the carry, 7 yards straight ahead inside the 45 to the 44-yard line. Give him 6 on the carry. It'll be second PLU wearing them down. Second down and 4 from the 44. Again, back split behind Dak Jordan. 1 wide receiver to the near side. Handoff on a quick hitter straight ahead. Good for a yard, maybe 2. That's Requay that time. Requay will be the lone wide receiver in the formation. Again to the left. Now he comes in motion through the formation right. 2 backs in the set. And flags down before the snap of the football. Quickly out of the huddle come the Lutz. And that's still Dak Jordan calling the signals with Requay wide to the left. Now Requay in motion from left to right. It'll be a pitch sweep. Trying the right side. On the carry inside the 45-yard line. It's either Brian Van Valley or Chris Dauenhauer. I've got 2 running backs listed with the jersey numbers 31. I believe that's Van Valley on the carry, but their dimensions are similar too. 5'10", 185-pound freshman from Gig Harbor, Rainier League title. Lutz will go from punt formation here on 4th down from their own, from the Whitworth 44-yard line. And a new punter in there for the Lutz. It's Dak Jordan. And he gets a kick away, angling for the corner. The ball bounces at the 10, but bounces back toward the middle of the field and curls around just a yard into the end zone. Dak Jordan with a nice idea, but the ball would not bounce his way. It's to UPS and the Loggers. And let me get you that ticket policy. Will benefit the PLU athletic program, but there are a limited number of seating tickets available. And I'll give you some more information on that in just a second here as J.J. Green calls a 1st and 10 from the 20. He's back to pass. 3 wide receivers in the pattern. Has all day to throw. Now finally sees a guy wide open. It's Brian Williams at the 40, to the 45, to 50, and he's met hard at the 45-yard line. A good block thrown as well downfield.
And just flattened Brian Alexander.
Green again comes out with 2 wide receivers in the set, a slot to the right, 1 setback. 6-step drop, 7-step drop to pass, looking out wide into the right side. The pass over the head of the intended receiver incomplete. It'll be second down and following at the University Center information desk on the PLU campus. For more information, 535-7350 is the number to call. Make sure you get your ticket soon. Green again back to pass, is wrapped up in the backfield, leaving his feet to make the tackle. Travis Hale, a 6', 215-pound freshman linebacker from nearby Tacoma.
Encourage them too.
So 3rd down and 18 yards to go now from the Pirate 47-yard line. 9 minutes to play in the ball game. 42-7 PLU. Green to pass over the middle. The pass nearly intercepted. Good opportunity for Ray Kurtz, a 6', 265-pound junior from Missoula, Montana, in there at the defensive tackle spot. Had the ball kind of trapped, I think, between his something, and then finally did fall to the turf as the crowd let out a collective sigh. Now to punt the ball away, and low line drive, end over end kick, bounces at the Lute 25 and bounces horizontally, and then takes a roll the Pirate way inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line downed there by Jason Bear. 8. For more information, call 535-7350. Make sure to get your tickets soon for that season ender at Baker Stadium against the Loggers. One wide receiver wide to the left. Dak Jordan calls the signals. Hand off to the first back through. That's Scooter Watts. He'll get a yard. It'll be 2nd down and 9. The ball at the 19-yard line.
Now PLU is going to be content to keep the ball in the ground.
They're still filming the game. They're going to want to see some good blocks and things by the interior linemen and some good effort by the backs.
Absolutely. You're looking for consistency and performance out of these guys. These are the guys that are going to fill roles should injuries occur or down the road.
Josh Requay, the lone wide receiver, wide to the left. Dak Jordan looks like a broken play, maybe an option. He keeps it himself and gets over the 20 to the 22-yard line. Scooter Watts was the pitch man, some playing time, and his defense spent a lot of time on the field, so getting some fresh legs out there as well. Dak Jordan again to call the signals. We'll hand off to Josh Requay. He'll try the right side out near the 25-yard line. Good tackle by Eric Bird. Also in
special teams to stay the same.
I saw Roberts here, John Roberts on the near sideline, throw his helmet on. He was ready to go in on the punt unit, but they've got 11 out there now. And it is Kenny Frisch to do the kicking. Gets a good snap. Little bit of a rush by the Pirates, but he gets a nice kick away. Taken back at the 44-yard line. Falling down, David Glenn, but he's still on his feet over the 46 to the 48-yard line.
Trevor White with a tackle. The long
See Jason Teal here in some shorts enjoying the ball game as well on the near sideline. Still a little bit tough to see him on crutches, the honorable mention All-American lineman for the Lutz defense, but here rooting his teammates and brothers on. Pass complete by J.J. Green into the flat. Not much gain there, if any. Ridden out of bounds hard on the far sideline at the 47-yard line, stopping the clock with 6:13 to play.
And give you plenty of time to throw and try and cover you. And Whitworth was able to take advantage of that.
But Whitworth not able to figure out the Lute defense here this afternoon. 2nd down and 11. Pass on the outside is complete. Good for 13 yards and a 1st down, making a nice catch. 13.
Let them score a quick one on you and get points on the board right away.
Clock stop was 6:08 to play in the ball game. 42-7 PLU. Glad you could listen in here on 1180 KLAY Lakewood Tacoma. Middle screen this time. Pass is complete to Ted Fettick. Fettick picks up 5 yards but does not get out of bounds to the 36-yard. His pass is probably going to throw for 250 yards today, but only one score in the ball game.
Just can't get in the end zone today.
Long snap count. 2 wide receivers wide to the left. 2 backs split. Now changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Looked like some motion in the backfield at the time of the snap, and the pass is knocked down under pressure. Green threw it right into the hands of a defender, almost intercepted. Knocked to the turf by Whitworth in this ball game. So J.J. Green spreading it around a little bit, but of course Scott Sund has done the bulk of the receiving for the Pirates in this ball game. Better than 10 catches and better than 100 yards. Handoff goes to the tailback. He cuts it inside the 40 to the 35 and inside the 35 to the 34-yard lines.
Although, as you mentioned a few moments ago, against the 2nd and 3rd unit PLU defenders.
A lot of new jersey numbers out there for the Lutz. We'll try and pick up some of the guys as they make tackles here. 4:40 to play in the ball game. J.J. Green back to pass. Deep drop, setting up a middle screen. It's complete. Scott Sund on the catch to the 32-yard line. Right there to greet him. I believe that's Mark Leaf, 6'3", 220 junior from Cascade, Idaho. On the stop, right now a timeout will be called. Brian Williams, the running, both quarterbacks doing a nice job today as well. Hoseth and Dak Jordan. J.J. Green, the quarterback right now, calling the signals. 4th and 2 for the Pirates. Double tight ends? No, just one tight end wide to the left. And they'll go into the air, and it's complete to Scott Sund. Over the middle, inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. Nearly a touchdown. A saving tackle made by Ben Hunt.
3rd and very short, and they faked the dive and pulled it out and tried to hit the receiver.
Pirates trying to get on the board again. 1st and goal from the 9. 3:35 to go. Play action fake by Green. Looking over the middle to pass over the head of the intended receiver, who's ridden down hard at the goal line.
we talked about, and the potential loss of another guard, and that really does impact your tempo on offense.
Second down and goal from the 9. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Looking on a pass pattern for Sun at the goal line. He's met twice at the goal line, but spins his way into the end zone. Touchdown for the Pirates. Josh Johnston tried to put the stop on him, but Sun to 13. And on to try the point after touchdown now is Tony Jensen. Good snap, good spot. The kick is up. It looks good, and it is good. 3:20 score. It's PLU. Crowd having a good time here this afternoon, and with a 42-14 lead, why not? Here's the kick away. It splits the 2 deep men, Requay and Laram, and now Requay has to go back for it at the 5-yard line. He'll try the right side, breaks a tackle at the 18, then is over the 20, tripped up and spilled there at the 22-yard line. He just scored on the 8-yard touchdown pass from J.J. Green to make it 42-14. A moral victory for the Pirates. They've been able to score the last 2 times they've had the ball. Pitch sweep to the left side. Josh Requay cuts it upfield at the left hash mark. At Central Washington 31, UPS 21. That game late in the 3rd quarter. Can the Lutes close out their season against UPS at Baker Stadium? The game moving from the Tacoma Dome the last couple of years back to Baker Stadium. And again, a pitch sweep to the left side. First down for the Lutes, and that's what they needed right there. And staying in bounds on the far side. Get your tickets early for that game with the Loggers to end the Mount Rainier League season. Under 2:20 to play now. Clock running. They'll try the pitch sweep to the near side this time. Coming to the right and running hard. That's Brian Van Valley from Gig Harbor, the 185-pound freshman at 5'10". Line of scrimmage.
Right now you want to use that snap clock. Eat it up, keep an eye on that, snap the ball at the last possible moment.
Van Valley and Watts in the backfield. It'll be Van Valley going off tackle to the left side, over the 40 to the 42-yard line. A wave of white jerseys brings him down after a 4-yard gain. We take over, I believe, Chris Casey, and then he had some health problems, and after a couple of weeks was unable to continue with the duties. So Squires is the head coach, and what a job to come up with a victory in Ellensburg last week, but the Lutes have got the better of them here. On the pitch now, trying the near side, that's Van Valley. He drops the football at the 45, but picks it up on a hop. I don't know if that was planned, but he's all the way down to the Pirates. Look for Scott Westering to insert that into the playbook. That's a tough play to defend. 1st and 10 Lutes from the Pirate 39. We're down to the game's final 20 seconds and counting. Double tight ends this time, and now in motion wide is Requay, and they'll hand up the middle. Short gain there, and that should be the last play of the ball game. That was Van Valley on the carry. The Lute fans on their feet here right in front of us, and that is the final play of the football game. The teams will meet at center field to shake hands. 1-3-0 in Mount Rainier League play. The Pirates